Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Huddle Heads with Joey and.
Joshua.
All right, so guys, we are in week 6, 5,
7.
7.
Yes.
Good thing Josh is here. A few topics that we want to discuss today. Again, we shoot on Tuesdays, we're posting on Wednesdays, so you're watching this on Wednesday. Today, we found out there's a couple of trades that went down. Blockbuster moves. Devontae Adams goes to the.
Jets.
And Amari Cooper goes to the.
Bills.
All right, so should we discuss?
Yes.
What do you think? Devontae Adams, go.
Devontae Adams, well, we're expecting the Devontae Adams trade because you're talking about it for the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
The Amari Cooper trade came out literally out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. When I heard about it, the Devontae Adams trade, I was expecting it. When I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that was probably what was going to happen. But then when I heard Amari Cooper, I was like, I went crazy when I heard about Amari Cooper. I was not expecting it. Was that a good move? I mean, Josh Allen gets new receivers, but I don't know if it was like the best move.
So let me ask you this. We're going to dive right into it. Does Devontae Adams make the Jets better?
No.
Whoa.
No, because yes, they already have quality receivers. I don't think they really needed them.
Okay. Do you think he makes Aaron Rodgers better?
Yes, because they play together, but at the same time, no.
So you don't think this trade is going to make them better than the 2-4 team they are today?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
2-14?
2-4.
You said
2-4 team.
Oh, okay.
Amari Cooper, does this trade make sense and does it make the Bills a better team?
Yes.
Why?
Because look at the receivers. By the way, they just cut Marcus Valdes-Scantling. And they have like bad receivers.
Yeah, they don't have the greatest receivers. They do have a good team. They do have a good quarterback.
Yes.
So let me chime in. I think the Adams trade, to me, is bigger than the Cooper trade. I think Devontae Adams adds a lot of value to the Jets. I think the fact that, like you said, they played together in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers and Adams, I think there's that connection. And I'm thinking of, and I don't want to put them in the same class as what I'm about to say, but just so you understand my perspective on things, is that Devontae Adams going to the Jets after he played on a crappy team like the Raiders, going and play with a quality quarterback like Aaron Rodgers reminds me a little bit of the Randy Moss trade when he went from the Raiders to New England to play with Brady. Now, I'm not comparing Brady and Rodgers, like not even close, and not just because I'm a Brady fan, but they're not the same caliber player, not even in the same ballpark. However, if you understand what I'm trying to say contextually, is that I think that bringing in a guy like Adams to the Jets, who's going to play with a good quality quarterback, we've seen him do it in the past. They put up some big numbers together. So I'm going to disagree with you, and I think that the Devontae Adams trade makes more sense than the Bills trading for Amari Cooper. I think it was a surprise for sure. When I saw it pop up on my feed, I was like, this was nowhere. No one spoke about that. So that was kind of wild. So
because like you said, they were both together. Yes, but back then they're two different kind of people. Like Aaron Rodgers back then, he was amazing. Now he regressed a lot.
I agree with you, and I love the fact that you used the word regressed, number one.
Yes.
And he did. I think that the fact that I don't want to call him lazy, and I don't play football, so I cannot put myself in a quarterback's shoes. I just can't speak to the player, Aaron Rodgers. But as a fan looking in, what stands out to me, and again, bringing Brady back into the equation, which again, two very separate players, but it's something that's known. Brady did the offseason. Brady played in minicamp. Brady did everything that was asked of him and more. Whereas Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to do any of those things. He doesn't go to minicamp. He doesn't practice with his teammates in the offseason. He hides out in caves. Like, he's a weirdo. But that's who he is, so fine. But I think putting a guy like Adams on his team when he hasn't had, or he doesn't put in all that effort, I think helps him because of that connection that they do have. Whereas Amari Cooper coming into a system that plays really well with a really good quarterback like Josh Allen, I feel is not that much of a big deal. I think it helps for sure. I don't think
Oh
it's a
yeah,
bad thing.
yeah, but
But
it's
yeah,
bad for the Browns. But
well, yeah,
what I like about the Amari Cooper trade is that Josh Allen's always looking for good receivers. They lost to Stephon Diggs.
yep.
He struggled. Like you could see on Sundays, he's kind of
He
struggling.
struggled. What's the record, Josh? 4-1.
I know, but like the connections are like Josh Allen isn't like if you watch the game, I think yeah versus the Texans, like it was bad play calling, but still,
Yeah,
literally at the 1 yard line, they chose to pass the ball. Yes, he passed the receiver who was open. He dropped the ball, dropped the ball, dropped. I mean, come on.
look, I agree, and I'm gonna go see. We're going back and forth between these two receivers, but to your point is that last night, so Monday night's game, Jets Bills, right?
Mhm.
We saw Aaron Rodgers throw a few balls that were great. The Hail Mary was fantastic. Um, but then we saw a few drops, and
Yeah.
one of them to Mike Williams, which became a pick. And I think that was in the third quarter. I think that's where this whole Devontae Adams thing came. That I think that was the idea behind it. They need a receiver that Aaron Rodgers trusts. He's going to throw the ball up there and he's going to catch it. They know, like I was listening to Rodgers today, kind of complain a little bit about the receiver, specifically Williams. I don't know if he mentioned his name, but how the route running. Oh yeah, he did mention him by name, Mike Williams. The route running wasn't superior, meaning he was expecting him to do something, and then Williams did something else, and that's why the pick was there. They're not on the same kind of wavelength. Where I think Adams helps Rodgers in that way. Are they going to help the Jets and propel them to first place or even make the playoffs? I don't think so. I think it's same old Jets all the time. Bad coaching, bad schemes, and an Aaron Rodgers who, in my opinion, is a lazy quarterback. But the addition of Adams does make him better. So I think they'll win some games, sure. But I don't think they're going to go very far, as opposed to the Bills, who added a big piece to the puzzle. Like you said, Diggs is no longer there. They're still doing well, but you know what? It doesn't help to have a quality receiver on your team, and Amari Cooper definitely adds to that. So moving past that, Sunday was an amazing day of football. Obviously, we're not going to go through the lineup because you can just check that out on ESPN or wherever you find your scores. But a few games that did stand out: Chicago, Jacksonville, Josh in London. That was a really good game. The Bears are 4-2, guys. Like, don't look now, but what the heck?
I know. I how?
Wow. I hate to admit Caleb Williams is good because I really don't like that
I
guy.
mean, like yes, I think this is like crazy to me because honestly, like let's go into a draft. There's people who's like saying that, oh yeah, he shouldn't go here. He should. How does he get drafted? Number one.
Yeah.
The first week he didn't play horrible. These weeks, I feel like he's getting better every week.
Yeah.
His receivers are finally playing better.
Yeah.
But
Swift is
yeah.
killing it.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, like literally beginning, he didn't play good.
Yeah.
As you could see, and now I don't know what happened.
They're clicking.
Yeah, they're playing much better now.
I agree. They're clicking, and I think that's you said it at the beginning. It wasn't. They didn't have that chemistry, whereas now they're building. Listen, I don't like it because I don't like him, but I'm happy for the Bears and the Bears fans. They deserve it. It's been a long time since they've had a winning season, so we'll see if it continues or not. Speaking of winning seasons, the Pats do not have one. We are struggling big time. But what was cool about Sunday, Drake May got his first start. He was the number 3 pick in this year's draft. Finally, we started him. He had a good game, 243 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. We got crushed in that game. Wasn't even close. We got obliterated. But Josh, maybe something you don't know. He led the team in rushing yards with 38.
What?
That's how bad the Pats are. Drake May led the team in rushing yards. So let's move on from that game. Just really happy about Drake May. Hopefully that changes things for us. I don't know. Then I want to talk about the Lions, who absolutely destroyed the Cowboys at home. That makes me happy for 2 reasons. We like the Lions. I hate the Cowboys. They are not America's team. I don't know why people keep calling them that. I think that's ridiculous. They lost 47-9 at home. They are making no moves. In the offseason, they were thinking about picking up Derrick Henry, and they did not. That did not work out well for them, and it worked out well for the Ravens. They made no changes. They're running it back, and they stink.
I know. But one horrible loss for the Lions.
Yeah.
Even though if they obliterated the Cowboys, there's been a huge loss for Lions. Aiden Hutchinson broke his fibula.
Yeah, his tibula and fibula.
Yes.
So he's out for the season unless
they make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Then Coach Dan Campbell said that he has a chance of coming back, but I wouldn't count on it. Not them making the Super Bowl, but I mean that's a gruesome injury. If you did not see it, it is online. For those who didn't see it, it is
disgusting.
his leg wrapped around somebody. It's one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen. Yeah, so that sucks for him and the Lions, but they did come out with the win. I think they're going to do very well. They're clicking on all cylinders. I think they're a contender for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In other news, Tom Brady, our guy, got approved for ownership or minority ownership, I should say, of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
Good for him, but this is an end to an era officially of his playing career. He can no longer play in the NFL as long as he's an owner of a team. So, although he was retired, he's an analyst on Fox as well. So we knew that it was over, but now it's kind of officially official.
Yes.
He can no longer play. So good for him, happy, but at the same time, it's like, well, it was over anyway. This week coming up, and we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Two games that we want to look at. Number one, the Broncos and Saints, because it's Thursday night. So that's the first game of the week.
It's still a good game, though.
I think it's a good game. Bo Nix is playing in prime time. I'm happy to watch that game. We all know I like Bo Nix.
Yes.
So that could be interesting. Who do you got in this game?
Saints versus Broncos. I mean, the Saints lost their quarterback. I don't know if he's going to play, but I doubt it. They have Spencer Rattler, who played...
pretty well.
Yes.
They lost, but pretty well.
I'm taking the Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos, I think, by 3 points. I think this is a field goal,
Yeah.
something along the lines of a low-score game, 17-14. That's what I'm looking at. And then the game of the week, in our opinion, 49ers and Chiefs, Sunday, 4:25.
That's going to be...
It's a repeat of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing game.
Who's going to win?
This time, I think the Niners are going to win. Last year, I said that for the Super Bowl. Did it happen? Nope. But this year, I think they're going to win. Even though it's not the Super Bowl, it's still regular season, and it's a great game.
You know what? I'm going to disagree with you again.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to win only because I feel like they've got it going on. Now, I know they've been winning certain games by the skin of their teeth, if that's the expression. They haven't been winning or blowing out teams. However, I do think that they will beat the Niners. The Niners are not the team I thought they were. I think they're good, but they're not where they should be. And also the fact that they're missing McCaffrey still, obviously, and Mason got injured. So I'm not even sure that he's playing this week. And even if he does, he's going to be like very limited. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, but that's the problem with the Niners. They lost the best running back, in my opinion, in the whole league.
In the league, yeah, I agree.
He is on IR. He might not even come back this season.
Yep.
Then your backup running back, who's been playing amazing, gets hurt again. So who do you have as your running back? No idea, but I could tell you it's no one good.
Well, we don't know that. You never know. But yeah, the fact that they're missing their two running backs, I'm not betting for the Niners. I really think the Chiefs win this game, not by a lot. Again, maybe a 4 to 7 point game. We'll see. And on bye this week, the Bears get a week off, and the Cowboys get a week off. They can keep thinking about how bad they are for an extra week.
It's a good bye. It's a good bye week because you come out the week getting absolutely destroyed by the Lions. So I think it's a good break from football.
They have more time to think about it. So we'll see if they make any changes. Jerry Jones doesn't seem to be wanting to make any changes, even at coach. So I think Mike McCarthy stays for the rest of the season. Jerry Jones, he's not known to make changes mid-season. So we'll see.
But, yeah, it's like Jerry Jones. I'm gonna say this right now.
Say it.
Jerry Jones is probably the worst,
owner,
football player, or no, not football player, but football manager and literally in the whole world I've ever seen in their life.
I agree.
Honestly, man.
I agree.
You don't pick up anyone in the off season. You're supposed to pick up people. You just say, oh, he's gonna sleep through the draft and the off season. When you come into the season, expect to have a great season. You didn't fire a coach. Like, honestly, it's just not. I don't understand, man.
Josh, I agree. We'll leave it at that. We'll speak about the Cowboys when they play and see if they can redeem themselves with a win the next time they play. But for this week, they're off, and so are the Bears.
Yes.
And with that, we'll call it quits and wish you guys a great week of football. And we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace out.